So I was talking to the Lord today about this step that he's asking me to take that I have been desperately trying to take for so long, and I take this step and I'll fall short, and it just becomes this really big issue for me. And I was telling the Lord, I'm like, I understand it by faith. This is something that I need to do, but I also understand the power of the Lord in that I can do all things through him. But I also understand it logically. Like, I can reason this thing out and it still makes sense. Like, I know that I need it. I understand that I have to do it. I actually even want it. I want the experience of it. But I was asking God, how do I do it? Because in the moment, like, I can't either bring myself to do it, or in the midst of while I'm doing it, I fall short. And I was really struggling with this thing, because you got to understand, none of us have arrived. And the Lord is always allowing for testing and for trying for growth to happen, for spiritual maturity to happen. So he's always placing us in situations in which we need to fall back and we need to rely on and depend on him to stretch us and grow us a little more. So we don't ever look at another person and think that they're not where you are. They're in such a better place, because they may not be the place where you are, but they're still not at the ultimate place where God desires them to be at, which is in heaven, which means there's still more transformation that needs to be done. So with myself at this point, I was like, God, I can't do it, but I can do it. But I can't do it. I know how to do it, but I don't know how to do it. You ever been there? You ever been in that situation to where, like, you can't even talk to nobody about it, because whoever you're going to talk to about it, all they're going to do is tell you what God has already revealed to you and what's already been put in your spirit. Like, you're not lacking understanding about it. You're not even lacking the faith for it. You're not even lacking the not want to. But it's like you want to, but you don't want to. And I was just in this space where I was just like, Lord, I need you to help me with this, because I don't know how to get on the other side of it. I don't know. I don't tried everything. And I'm like, God, what do I do? Like, there's nothing left for me to do but to do it. But yet I do it and I still can't do it. But I know I can do it, because I can do all things through you. And what the Lord taught me was so powerful. Okay? I thought it was going to be a long conversation. It was very short. I was in this struggle. I was in this 25-minute long explanation, going through it all and talking about the origin and all the struggles that, go along with it. Lord was done in less than 5 minutes. Okay, it didn't even take him that. What he told me was that you can't get through it sitting on the bench. You have to actually get in it and work through it, and allow me, as you're working through it, to help you navigate it, to help you do it. What he told me was that it's good to go through that process of understanding why and all these different things on the bench for a second, for understanding. But it's not good to sit there. It's not good to stay there. You're not going to accomplish it there. You got to get into it. You got to step into it. And then when you step into it, let's work this thing out together. So when difficulties, when hardships come, when challenges come, that's your time to be like, all right, God, I need your help working through it. This is what I need. I feel like it's coming up, and use me at that time. to show myself strong in your weakness. This is what I want. That's when you pray. That's when you worship. That's when you read scripture. That's when you're seeking me. That's when you're like, God, I need you to help me move through this. And then we get on the other side of that. But see, you can't do that while you're sitting on the bench. It's something that has to happen while you're in the midst of. So you actually have to do the thing that I'm calling you to do in order to be able to get through it. You're waiting for everything that I'm requiring you to do. You're waiting for all the resources for on the bench. You don't need them on the bench. You need them when you're actually doing it. So it's an interesting thought for that, because God's like, if you're not hungry, why I'ma feed you? If you're not thirsty, why I'ma hydrate you? Like, it's when you come seeking me, when you're dehydrated and you need water, that I'm gonna give you the living water. It's when you're hungry is when I'm gonna give you the bread of life. So I thought that was such an interesting concept, because here I am. I'm like waiting for something that I don't need right now until I actually am in it and going through it. So for you, if you are having trouble with making the step because you understand it spiritually, you understand it logically, you just are in this space now where you don't know, don't stay in that space. Get out of it and get moving in the things of the Lord and what he's called you to do, and allow him to show up strong in your weakness. He'll give you what you need as you're doing it. So step into it and do it.